Hey guys, Happy New Year and welcome back to Classic Airsoft. My name is Ollie. Thanks that you've been here. Today I present you the LCT HK53 AEG. I got this gun from ShopGun. I don't get it for free. I don't get a discount. After this review, I sent this gun back to shopgun.de here in Germany. So for you guys all around the world, this is an SAEG. That means it's a semi-automatic electric gun. In your countries, this will be an AEG, so it will shoot fully automatic. In our country, it's not allowed. We don't have fun, or it's not allowed for us to have fun with this kind of guns. So we have it in semi-auto. Laws all around the world are different, so it is what it is. So what we have here, this is the box from the LCT. So let's open up the box and find out what's inside. We have some foam, more foam. We have the quality certificate by LCT with 5 chronograph measurements. They are 390.7 feet per second up to 392.6. So a difference from about 2.1 FPS, so not very much. And then we have the HK53 and a low cap magazine, as well as a LCT LK53 tag and some spare screws. Let's put the box away. There's nothing inside what we need, so bye-bye box. Now, here it is. The HK53 Airsoft AEG by LCT. This thing, man, is rock solid. Completely out of steel. No aluminum, no Chinesium, no shit pot metal. It's made out of steel. If you know LCT, you know that stands for outside build quality at its best, like a real gun. So nothing wobbles. Even the handguard is fucking sturdy. Sorry, but it is. It feels like a real one. So if you have a civil version of an MP5 in your hand on G3 or even this beauty, this will feel like a real one. So material wise, we have this plastic handguard, plastic trigger group or fire selector, call it as you want. Okay, it's the lower receiver, fire selector group. So this is made out of plastic, and the butt from the buttstock is out of rubberized plastic like the rear one. Everything else steel, collapsible stock steel, upper receiver steel, flash hider steel, sides steel, charging handles and internals steel. So you can do the HK slap all day long, even if this is an airsoft gun. If you would do it with, for example, an old Tokyo Marui HK MC51, sorry. This is out of plastic. Then you will do it 2 or 3 times and it will fly to the moon. So don't do it, guys, don't do it. But if you own an LCT, do it all day long. It's the most fun part of an HK, like an HK33, HK53 or an G3 and MP5. It's fun. Magazine as well, completely out of metal. Inside it's plastic, but that's on every AEG magazine I know. The build quality from the magazine is outstanding. You can't compare it to Classic Army or something else. Classic Army is the other manufacturer who has HK33 models in his lineup. And I think VFC GBB versions as well, but I don't know. The best AEG version will be the LCT version. So It's a rock solid gun. Build quality top notch, and even the internals are very good. So I only have 0.28 gram BBs. I tested the BBs with this gun. You get a distance, maximum this flying distance of the BBs from around 60 meters. You can hit a target easily by 50 meters. And the cool thing is that ShopGun has an exclusive joint venture with LCT. They deliver this gun and lots of other LCT guns with the PERUN HYBRID version 2 and version 3, I guess. ETU Mosfet, and that's really cool because in my opinion the PERUN is even better than the Asta, the Gate Asta. You can program everything through the trigger. You have an active motor brake, you have the different firing modes. Here in Germany we have only safe and auto. And you have pre-cocking, you can program a DMR setup that you have that you can shoot only every 3 seconds, for example. And as well you get a LiPo alarm. I think you can adjust the trigger sensitivity, but I'm not actually sure about it to 100%. So yeah, the rear side you can adjust like every other H&K model. So it's the typical H&K drum rear side. The collapsible stock has 2 positions, completely out and completely in. So nothing bobbles here. Even the stock in the unfold position is quite sturdy. You see, you can get a little bit of flex, but for example, if we take the Tokyo Marui 51, you see we have lots of wobble and flex. I know these are 2 completely different models and even built in completely different time periods. I collect mainly old Tokyo Marui guns, so I'm really happy to get my hands on a beauty like this. So the LCT models are really from an outstanding build quality. And maybe you ask yourself, why did the guy have an MP5 and MC51 on the table? Because that's something that I want to tell you guys from the history of the real HK33 lineup and even the HK53. So first there was H&K made a smaller version of the G3 that shoots fireballs all over the place. That was the MC51, based on the roller delayed system from the G3. So I think the British SAS used it, or I saw some few pictures from that. And the HK MP5 is a scaled down version of the G3 system. So we have as well here the roller delayed system in a 9mm configuration. And due to the fact that the the HK33 family was released in 1986, time from the Cold War, and though I think the thoughts behind the HK53 is to have a European version or NATO version of the Krinkov. So that's what I found in the internet. So yeah, if you think like this, to get a NATO counterpart to the Krinkov, it's a really smart idea. You have the HK33, you have the roller delayed system from the MP5 and the G3. Everyone liked it back in the days. Lots of military units and countries adopted the G3 and the MP5. So why not doing this in 5.65 or 223 Remington? Smart idea, huh? So they came up with this thing. Sadly, it wasn't widely adopted, but the British SAS and the Royal Marine Commandos adopted the HK53 and used it. So yeah, some militaries units used it. It's a pretty smart idea, it's a pretty cool idea. I really like the look of the gun. It's not an MP5, it's not a G3. You don't, or you will not see many of these on an airsoft game. You get low caps, you get the longer 30 round magazines by LCT, and you can mount accessories on it as well, like real Stanek mounts or airsoft Stanek mounts. For example, I have an MP5 A3 here with a Stanek mount and an Aimpoint Mark III. So let's take the Stanek mount and the Aimpoint Mark III and put it on the HK53. So I have to open up the mount, then place it up here, zack, and that's it. So now we have the HK53 with the Stanek mount here. And as you can see, with the name point, or for example, you can put a PERUN Z24 on it, or everything else what you like. So yeah, let's get it back off. Pretty neat. So at the beginning of the video, I told you guys that this is an AEG. As an AEG, we need a battery, right? So we can't fit a battery in the stock due to the fact it's a collapsible stock. So then we have to fit the battery somewhere else, in a handguard, for example. And I don't like the things or the guns where you have to fit in an HK gun that size the battery in a handgun, because it's a snug fit, it's a tight fit. To get to the battery compartment, just remove the pin in the front like on an MP5 or G3, then push it down, forward. Oh, it's a little bit harder to do on the LCT models because that is a really tight fit. As you can see here, the material is really thick, rock solid. You can't compare it to something else. And the really nice thing is, as you can see here, the wires are held in place by a Velcro strap. That's pretty cool. It's just a piece, costs around, I don't know, 2 or 3 cents in Asia, but it's nice to have it here for the wire management, because as I told you before, it's a really tight fit inside this handguard, and you don't want to snag your cables or break your cables. That's why I don't it takes lots of time to put it on with the battery, so that's why I don't test shoot the gun with the handguard on it. Battery wise, due to the fact that we have an ETU inside, here you can use everything up to 11.1 volt. I recommend 11.1 volt batteries. You have a better trigger responsibility. You can shoot faster in semi-automatic. I think if you live in a country where fully automatic is allowed, then semi isn't as necessary for you guys as it is for us, but yeah, we need semi-auto, so I recommend 11.1 volt LiPo batteries. I have 2 types of LiPo batteries with me here today. I have a 7.4 volt and an 11.1 volt. And if you like, I show you guys now the trigger sensibility, or how fast you can trigger, and as well the sound of the gun without BBs. So first I start with the 7.4 volt LiPo, then you will hear the ETU beeping. So let's give it a try. That is how fast you can trigger or work the trigger with the 7.4 volt LiPo. It's not that fast, but it's okay if you don't have an 11.1. So here I have an 11.1 volt LiPo battery connected, the beep from the Mosfet, and now I show you guys how it shoots with 11.1 volt connected. Totally different trigger response, as you can see. And now I will show you the chrono readings with 0.2 gram BBs. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the chrono readings or the chrono scene. And now I want to tell you something about the specs. So the length of the gun with the stock in the outer position is 755 millimeters, and in the folded position, stock completely in, it's 56.3 centimeters long. The overall weight from the gun is 3.8 kilo. It's pretty hefty for a gun this size, and the price here in Germany for this exactly version on ShopGun is 620 euros. One of the really major things I should show you before the video ends or the review ends is the hop-up. To access the hop-up, you have to open the shell ejection port, and underneath you will find a rotary style hop-up unit. The hop-up works really well. You can shoot around 60 meters in distance, I told you, and you will hit your target, I promise, to 50 meters with 0.28 gram BBs. The hop-up works with 0.28 gram BBs flawlessly. I don't have heavier BBs here to test it. So yeah, that was my short video about the HK53. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.